everyone, welcome to Maverick's World, and I'm your host, Maverick Wade. This is episode 2 of our complete Mattel Jurassic World mainline dinosaur collection series, where we are taking a look at every single species and every single variant of every single species that Mattel has ever made to date. We are going through this entire list alphabetically from Z all the way to A. This is episode 2, and we are on Y. And without further ado, may I present to you the Yangchuanosaurus. The Yangchuanosaurus, named after its place of discovery, the name meaning lizard of Yangchuan, lived in China from the middle to late Jurassic periods. The Yangchuanosaurus was a genus of moderately spined theropod dinosaurs called Metrocanthosauride, with a length of about 8 to 10.5 meters, or 26 to 35 feet, and weighing in at around 998 to 2,994 kilograms, or 2,200 to 6,600 pounds. The Yangchuanosaurus was similar in size and appearance to his North American and European relative, the Allosaurus. Alright, so now it's time to take a closer look at our complete Mattel Jurassic World mainline Yangchuanosaurus collection. So this is the only variant Mattel has ever produced of this species. This right here is the Jurassic World Dominion Massive Action Yangchuanosaurus. So let's take a closer look at our Yangchuanosaurus. Here we can start by looking at the paint job. So we see this very nice brown, almost like a chocolate, like a syrupy chocolate brown, running along the back, starts up at the crest, up at the snout, and runs all the way down, all the way to about the base of the tail right here. Then it does run along the sides, on both sides, almost like cameling or striping. Then if we look at the head, we can see this amazing, very vibrant crest. This dinosaur may have used this crest in order for mating rituals or to even scare off enemies or competition of some sort. So we can see that it has these very nice painted eyes right here. They are painted in a very nice, looks like a dull yellow or like a light yellow. Then we have these amazing teeth right here. The mouth is actually painted very nicely. This yellowish paint that kind of fades into the green. It's very, very nice. And it runs all alongside the underbelly, and it kind of stops right here, right at the beginning of the tail area here. So then if we look at the body, we can see all types of amazing osteoderms just all over the body. It's just covered in these osteoderms, and it's awesome. Now this is a Metrocanthosauride, so Metrocanthosauride being partially spine dinosaurs, this one clearly has a spine, almost dragon-like, so that's awesome. So let's go ahead and get into the articulation. So the articulation is tied a lot to the action feature. So you can see you get some massive action right there. All right, so then the arms can swing all the way out. So you get a nice big, I'm gonna attack you pose and eat you. The mouth is articulated, but it can't stay closed by itself. You have to use this button right here. Now you could wedge something in here if you wanted to keep it shut, if you want to do some kind of action poses and just need it shut. But other than that, it's going to stay open. But it is pretty smooth, and I like how you can actually bend it all the way around any way you want. So yeah, so it has a lot of range of movement for that action feature. And then lastly, here is our scan code for those that are scanning the dinosaurs. And now it's time for some comparisons. So for our very first comparison, we're going to be looking at our Jurassic World Dominion Massive Action Yangchuanosaurus alongside the Jurassic World Dominion Minis. Now, we don't have another variant of this Yangchuana species to compare it against. So we are going to go ahead and look at these minis because I feel like these are the best representation of what another Yangchuanosaurus in the Mattel mainline could or might look like. So let's go ahead and take a closer look. And right off the bat, we notice that this particular mini right here was taken directly from this Dominion Massive Action Yangchuanosaurus, except the paint job seems to be a little bit lighter on the brown on the small one, but everything else matches perfectly. Now these could actually pass as young Yangchuana babies right here. So this one, of course, is going to be painted a little bit differently right here. As you can see, it still has the same jaw articulation as the first one, but here it is right here. Very nice paint job on these little minis right here, but you could definitely use them as Yangchuanosaurus babies. And then let's go ahead and bring in a human figure to compare him against as well. We'll bring in Rain Delacourt. Next, let's take a look at another crested dinosaur. So this particular species, the Dilophosaurus, this one being the one actually from the Claire Dominion set, Dilophosaurus, does look very similar to the Yangchuanosaurus when you look at their head sculpts. I think that's probably why I do like the Yangchuanosaurus so much. But in actuality, the Dilophosaurus, the original Dilophosaurus, actually could have been around the same size as this Yangchuanosaurus in real life. But once again, these are Jurassic World Dilophosauruses, so they are a bit mutated, or should we say they are hybrids from the original ones that they would have created, because the DNA was filled in with gaps on the genome from other species, which clearly, given this frill right here, I bet we can guess what kind of lizard this comes from. Let's go ahead and take a closer look at our Dilophosaurus as compared with our Massive Action Yangchuanosaurus. So our Dilophosaurus here does also sport a very nice crest. We do notice that the crest on Dilophosaurus actually does run along the side of the head a lot longer from tip to end, whereas the Yangchuanosaurus kind of starts here but ends kind of abruptly. Now, if all of this was painted in the same color as this, it would look like he has this huge, just this ginormous fin running along from the side of his, from the front of his nose all the way to the back of his head, where our Dilophosaurus here actually has a crest that stops right at the base of the skull. And I'm gonna go ahead and let you see the scan code here in case you want to see it, because this is a Dominion Dilophosaurus. And here we have our Massive Action Yangchuanosaurus alongside our Dino Escape, Roar Attack, Metrocanthosaurus. And I thought this was a very cool comparison because the genus of our Yangchuanosaurus is Metrocanthosaurid. And here we have our Dominion Massive Action Yangchuanosaurus alongside our Dino Trackers, Gigantic Trackers, Signotyrannus, and our Primal Attack, Sound Strike, Cryolophosaurus. Now, I wanted to compare these three because I felt like they all are pretty large crested theropods, but they each sport a different, unique style of cresting, which I thought was pretty cool to look at. So, right off the bat, we'll notice with this Cryolophosaurus here, we'll see the crest actually runs up and it turns into more of like an arch or a scoop. This Signotyrannus looks more like a blade or a sword, and this Yangchuanosaurus right here, it definitely looks more like a dragon. So you can see all three different types of crests together. So I think they all look pretty cool, all look pretty unique. Definitely all worth having in your collection. Next, I wanted to get into a comparison that I thought to be really cool. This is going to be our Massive Action Yangchuanosaurus alongside our Dual Attack Armogosaurus. Now, the reason I thought this comparison in particular would be really cool is because I like to envision that the Yangchuanosaurus may have hunted something that look like this. Now, the Yangchuanosaurus was found in Argentina, so most likely they probably never met in real life, but this battle I felt would look really cool in real life. It reminds me of some type of ancient dragon battle. And now we have our final comparison between our Dominion Massive Action Yangchuanosaurus and the Dominion Extreme Damage Allosaurus. The Allosaurus is a little bit bigger than the Yangchuanosaurus, so they have 3 claws on each hand. Allosaurus also does sport some very nice crest on the head as well, so it also is a crested dinosaur. Here's the scan code for you.
Money, where's it at? Where's the money? Ooh, money! You're gonna make me rich! Come here! Come back here! Get me rich! Come on! Gotcha! I'm gonna be rich! Rich, I tell you, filthy rich! I caught you, now shut Keep it down in here, the buyers are coming! The buyers are here! No! No, you don't. Gotcha. I'm gonna get a shot getting away from me. Come here. Shut up.
So, some final thoughts about our Jurassic World Dominion Massive Action Yangchuanosaurus being the solo member of our complete Yangchuanosaurus dinosaur collection. So I really like this Yangchuanosaurus, and I do like what Mattel has done with it and how they've been very creative and giving it all this paint scheme applications as well as this very vibrant crest. This massive action Yangchuanosaurus is a definite must-have for any collector and would fit into most any collection, and I can say that this is a great figure and I highly recommend it. If you are looking for a complete Jurassic World mainline Yangchuanosaurus collection, it's right here. All you would need is this one figure and you have every single mainline Yangchuanosaurus ever made by Mattel. If you would like this figure, I can highly recommend Amazon.com. Now, this figure was repackaged into the Jurassic World Dominion Yangchuanosaurus Velociraptor Blue and Owen figure pack. It's labeled HLP79 on Amazon. And I will leave that link as well as the link for this single figure in the description below. And as always, don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps the channel grow and you get to stay up to date with all the latest content that will be regularly hitting Maverick's World. Thank you for tuning into Maverick's World. This has been episode 2 of our complete Mattel Jurassic World mainline dinosaur collection series. And I'm your host, Maverick Wade. Until next time.